decide. You know, I can't decide that for him. You know, it depends on how much he wants this, how much desire he has left, and we'll see.
Did his stock rise or plummet in your mind? Is it good to show championship will and heart?
You know, I think the media will always look for something to criticize.
Okay.
That's the media's job, right? I mean, you know, I think we should focus more on, as I said before, this was an entertaining fight. I think that everybody's job is to be entertained. The fighters have to assess their performances and see where they go from here. I think everybody shouldn't complain. I think everybody should just be happy this was entertaining tonight. And, you know, if you really want something to complain about, Tom Schreck had it 117-109. So we already know how shitty a judge he is. Because 5 years ago, I already told you how shitty of a judge that guy is. So if you want to go from that, you know, again, maybe we can complain about that. The fight was closer than that. But, you know, I thought either guy could have profit.
Is there any way to fix it? Is there any way to fix the judging, or is this something that's just going to be, well, it's broken, yet?
Bro, I mean, that guy's still judging. I mean, you know, he had, what did he have for Braun? Like 117, 110 or something? When I fought him, I mean, come on. Like,
that was ridiculous.
I mean, if you're going to make a guy judge after a fight like that, after a scorecard like that, you shouldn't get a second chance after scorecards like certain scorecards, you just get you banned automatically from them. If you give one scorecard that is that ridiculous, but again, he gave another one tonight, so I don't know. He'll probably work again. I don't know. I don't run the New York Commission, guys. You know what I mean?
You've never talked to one of them, or like a one-on-one? You never
Yeah. Some of them complain to me. Some of them come up to me. I'm friends with certain judges. You know what I mean? Like I don't fight anymore. Like, you know, we have man-to-man conversations, and it's fine. You know, like we don't have to. We can always agree to disagree and stuff like that. But I always feel like our job as fighters is more important than their job as judges. Like they're gonna go home, go to sleep tonight, and sleep good. And they don't give a fuck. Tomorrow they worry about the next job they get assessed. A fighter goes home and he's got to reassess his career every single fucking time, okay? And that's what pissed me off. And then they got the balls to complain. No. We complain. Okay, we got literal careers change in one night in this sport. Lives change in one night in this sport. So yeah, it makes a bigger difference to us, okay? So the fighter is the most important. That's what I think that's what gets lost in all of this, is that the fighter is the most important part.
If you got to play matchmaker for Keith Thurman, where would you want to put him at? Should he have another kind of fight to get a little bit more back in the groove, or should he go after like the Sean Paulie?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, based on tonight, I think he probably needs a softer touch. But again, that's not my job to assess him. You know, like my job is just I was a fan tonight. I was in the crowd. I was entertained by the fight. I hope everybody else was too, because it was a good fight. And that's it. That's my only job. I can go home and talk about the fight. Like, I don't think it's my job to decide or anybody else's job to decide what's next for Keith Thurman and how he should assess his career. Like, you know, that's him and his team's business. And I think you know, they'll assess it with time. Right now, I think they just fought. I think they'll enjoy getting a paycheck and they'll leave.
What do you think Errol Spencer's thinking?
Paulie, I just got here. I don't want you to repeat yourself, but would you agree the scorecards were all over the place?
Yeah. I mean, but, you know, I've already talked about Tom Schreck. You know, I mean, we don't. Like I said, I went over him 5 years ago. we don't have to go back over him again. You know.
What do you think about Josesito? How did he perform today?
Good job at Josesito. I thought he performed very, very admirably, and it was a fight he can hold his head high over. If there's a performance he called hold up his head very high, he should be very proud of it.
Keith Thurman once upon a time called you out.
Yeah, I was, you know,
infamous "Don't duck me" son.
Yeah. But you know, I mean, I was Keith. You know, I was still young. You know, I understand. I understood that. You know, that
it's the same birthday kind of thing, right? Don't you
yeah,
and him have the same birthday?
We have the same birthday, exactly. Yeah, when he's 8 years younger, so he's better off than me.
Would you commentate with Keith, like you and Keith together?
I think Keith does a good job. You know. We're cool. Me and Keith are cool. You know, and I respect Josesito too. Like, I don't have like enemies in this business. You know, like I respect everybody who does this for a living.